Oh. Well, and can we talk about the way that Mary Poppins was Mary Poppins? I think she took Julie Andrews' interpretation of, like, reserved and, you know, strict and firm, but good and witty, and took it as,
I will make a curving gesture with every word I say.
children.
And clearly was a dancer who, this is not a dancing role, so anytime it was like, kick your knees, it's like, kick my knees!
And, like, her posture looked so uncomfortable. It was ridiculous. It was ridiculous, and Julie Andrews, I mean, I knew she wasn't going to be Julie Andrews, but holy cow.
And so, as a kid, the thing I remember most is that they jump into paintings and go on this magical journey where
They
penguins
float on the
dance.
ceiling and
She has
love
that
to
beautiful
laugh.
hat with the scarf. So in this, like, Bert's just painting some paintings. He puts them on the ground, and then she's like, I don't know, some conversation about the weather, and then all of a sudden, a statue at the back of the stage, which did look like a statue, and I was staring at it being like, is that a fig leaf? Or is something else happening there? Kind of curious what Disney's gonna do. And then all of a sudden it moves, and you're like, oh, that's cool. It was a person.
But then
Then it gets off.
and that's all you need to say. It was prancing.
This
Everywhere.
gray, stocky
Sure.
midget person
was just through everything was like, and he was naked. He was essentially naked, and we didn't know who
and he was
he
eventually
was.
joined by like satyrs with horns, and the children ride the backs of the satyrs. It was one of the scariest things I've ever seen.
We were holding hands. I was crying and laughing, and I couldn't look at the things that were happening on the stage for sheer disbelief that they were taking place. During Jolly Holiday, when you're supposed to dance with
Jolly Holiday
penguins.
with you,
You're supposed to dance with penguins
No.
and farm animals and float across rivers
and go on
turtles.
on a merry-go-round that becomes a floating journey.
Yes. And when Mary wins the race, she sings how she feels supercalifragilisticexpialidocious.
Shame.
It was terrible.
Shame on you,
so
Cameron
bad.
McIntosh.
And it was just...
And they add, so all these different details that they add, like the statue they meet, they get his name, and he has a father, and he doesn't know who his father is, so now they have to figure out who his father is. And then
And then at one point they're like, good night, and it's like, from their window.
Are you?
And it's like,
he's not in the sky.
He's in a park.
He's
in a fantasy
Kensington
world.
Gardens. And the candy store that they go to, the woman, like, has stars, little gingerbread stars. Your daddy used to your daddy, I can't do Jamaican right now. It'd be offensive.
Try.
It was offensive
try.
that was in it.
Yeah.
They just add all these details, and, like, suddenly there's a vase that's expensive. I'm gonna sneeze.
Woo! Bless you.
I'm gonna do it again. Keep talking.
Woo! So, yeah, it was terrible. Where were we? Jamaican woman? Terrible.
Yeah.
Well, and like the whole second half was reprises. Is that how you say it? It's reprises.
Yep.
Just
reprise.
over and over and over again. And Let's Go Fly a Kite was randomly at the beginning of the second act. It was just Bert, the kids, and a policeman after they run away. And so instead of, the runaway thing when they go doing something else, chimchimery or something. But it was them in the park, just the four of them being like, let's go fly a kite. And it's like, no, this is the beautiful moment with the family at the end of the movie when they're all together and they go and fly a kite with all the other families. And that's when they wave goodbye to Mary Poppins.
And all of the songs that you love, oh my gosh, I want to sing
They're
again.
gone. They're gone. They're gone.
And if they're there, the orchestration is like changes the rhythm.
Yeah, do you feed the bird? We didn't talk about feed the birds.
Feed the birds. Done in the style of Sweeney Todd, the beggar woman singing, "City on fire! Feed the birds! I'm going to kill you with my bird hand." And so Instead of them sort of observing this kind of sad, melancholy moment from a distance.
Because in the movie, they're in their bedroom and she's singing about her.
And they're
with
imagining
snow
it in the snow globe. Instead, they're like in their face, and Mary Poppins is like, "This poor woman, she has
words
nothing.
are simple and few.
She asks you to feed the birds." And then the woman who feeds the birds comes and touches your face. She touches your face as she asks you to feed the birds.
To give her money. And it's like, Mary Poppins is like, yeah, touch the children. Touch them on their faces.
And she's dirty. And so are the birds.
And yeah, so then it becomes a duet between Mary Poppins and the bird lady. And instead of it being this, like, gorgeous, like, you know...
meditation on loss and sharing.
Yeah, and what you know, what the worth of money is, and who you give it to, and what you do with it, to, you know. And it's just this haunting, you know, nostalgic part of my childhood to hear Julie Andrews sing that song. But there was a video of birds.
Oh yeah, all the video elements. Like at one point, Bert comes down on stage and with a brush, like, mimes writing welcome, and then it appears behind him. It's written,
and
like
people
letters.
Clapped.
Yeah, because a video played on a scrim. Whoop-de-doo. And okay, Tuppence lady, Tuppence, with a C. Tuppence a bag, tuppence. Okay, kids in the U.S. already don't know what a tuppence is, but if you say tuppence, tuppence bag.
Oh gosh.
Okay.
What was the song that was supposed to be a waltz?
Okay, let's go fly a kite. Fly a kite. This was like, let's go. It was like military and dark, and even
everything was so loud
and literally hurting.
So loud.
And Step in Time, which I'm like, okay, at least for Step in Time, we're gonna get chimney sweeps jumping over brooms and leaping over each other and rolling. But they introduce it already knowing, like, you're waiting for Step in Time. You're waiting for it. So, like, Bert rolls on in this silhouette, and it looks like they're about to build a barricade in Les Mis, and they're about to sing, "Do you hear the people sing?" But instead, they're like, "Step in Time." And then they add all of this stupid context,
are guardian angels
of
your
rooftops
above
you. They're above you, and then they eventually turn into a tap dance number, which at one point they sing to the children, "There's someone up your chimney, and it ain't Santa Claus." Why? Oh God, why?
Yeah, it added all these lyrics of like childhood is a step in time.
It's like trying
to make it this philosophical statement, and that song went on way too long as well. Way too long,
and everybody was clapping.
And there were these new songs like "Anything Can Happen If You Let It,"
which is not. That sounds like a bad thing. Yeah. Anything can happen if you let it, like the Holocaust.
Was that like the bridge or something where there were literally lyrics that were like, "If you reach for the stars, you'll only get the stars. But we've got a different spin on it. If you reach for the heavens, you'll get the stars thrown in." That was supposed to be a very revealing, memorable, make you think moments.
I refused to stand for the standing ovation, and I sat, and then I couldn't see what was happening, and I didn't really give a fuck, but I eventually sort of sat on my seat. Oh my gosh. Beware the Poppins! Beware the Poppins!
Watch the movie and hold yourself.
Yeah.
And that's what we're gonna have to do.
To heal the trauma. Do not go see. Now I want to say there were some actors working their asses off with the crappiest material that's ever been generated and mutilated.
And they looked like they were having a ball, which... Except
Bert, his anger, his contempt for what he was being forced to do came through in his portrayal. Except when he got to tap dance upside down, which was the only good moment for me.
And we kind of sat there like, yeah, okay, that.
That's the one thing we clapped
Everything
for.
else, I stopped clapping.
Oh,
I stopped clapping.
Okay, let's make a visual portrayal of what we looked like during the show. It was just, I was like this, like...
And we'd grab each other.
mostly just shook my head the whole time.
We grabbed
What was
each
it that I
other.
kept emphatically
I'm
saying
crying
no
again.
to?
I'm crying
So
again.
bad. I'm sorry, America. I'm sorry, England. I'm sorry, tours in Malaysia, for what's gonna happen to you, and that you're gonna think you like it, because it's all they're making now.
Ugh. Yeah, and it tried to be wicked at certain points.
Oh yeah, it was like we had a Glinda and Elphaba thing happening
with green
Sweet
lights.
Sweeney
and...
Todd, Wicked, Les Mis. No Mary Poppins. Really.
No Mary Poppins
That
was
didn't
there.
really happen. Yeah, so talk to us in person. We can tell you in more detail every single thing that you love about Mary Poppins that never happened, and all the crazy shit they threw in. I think that's really...
I think we covered as much as we can handle
so,
tonight.
so bad.
We'll talk about it more in therapy.
Okay. Bye, interweb.
Bye.